Hello, this is Todd Luck, and this is an update on the upcoming novel, The Land Time Forgot, Fortress Primeval, which is part of the new novels coming out from the Edgar Rice Burroughs universe. It's by Mike Wolfer, and it was supposed to have a backup story by Christopher Paul Carey starring Love Opar. But it turns out Christopher Paul Carey, who is the VP of Publishing at Edgar Rice Burroughs Inc., has a little bit too much on his plate, including doing the next Victory Harbin novel, which is in the works. And so we're not going to be getting that Love Opar backup story by Christopher Paul Carey, but they do have a replacement. And so the new backup story is called Weird Worlds, Voyage into Terror, and it's going to be by Mike Wolfer. And so this is the first time we've gotten a main novel and a backup story, both by the same author in the same book. But I think that's fantastic because Mike Wolfer is one of the best writers they have, so I certainly don't mind having a double helping of Mike Wolfer. And so the plot synopsis for it reads, when Captain Douglas Conover and the crew of the vacuum airship Favonia embark on an exploratory mission through a dimensional barrier, they must confront the alien life forms that infest a strange planetoid surface and its interior. And of course, the name Weird Worlds is taken from the DC comic from the 1970s. It was an anthology that had non-Tarzan Edgar Rice Burroughs concepts set on other worlds like Pellucidar and Mars. This is a bit before my time, and I never really understood why they called it Weird Worlds. It's just an odd title to me. But that was kind of the way anthology titles worked, right? They just were kind of terms to put on the cover. You know, Marvel had Creatures on the Loose and Monsters on the Prowl. And so at times the titles could be a little bit weird and arbitrary, at least in my opinion. But Weird Worlds became associated with Edgar Rice Burroughs' planetary works at DC, not only in the comic itself, but also in the backup features that they would have in the Tarzan titles. And so while some of those stories were very close adaptations of the Burroughs novels, some of them went in their own directions, telling new stories with new worlds and new creatures and new characters. And I think that's the spirit that they're going for with these new Weird World stories. Because while this new backup novelette will be in canon, it will explore a brand new world we haven't seen before. And by the way, in case you're wondering, Captain Conover and his airship first appeared in the excellent American mythology comic miniseries Pellucidar Across Savage Seas. Him and his airship were also in Jane Porter and the City of Fire, which is a graphic novel that you can order from EdgarRiceBurroughs.com. And so no matter where he flies to, everyone always seems to get in trouble. I question his flight safety record, but he should have some pretty exciting adventures to fill a novelette. And so now exploring other worlds with this airship, it fits in with the title Weird Worlds perfectly. I think this actually makes a lot more sense than the way DC used the title originally. It's like steampunk Star Trek. I wish it was being done as a graphic novel since it has such a history in comics, but maybe we'll get a Weird Worlds graphic novel at some point. Another exciting update is that The Land Time Forgot, Fortress Primeval will be getting a retro pocketbook paperback edition in a future upcoming Kickstarter that should be starting very soon. This is the same format they used for Victory Harbin, Tales from the Void in the last Kickstarter, and I thought that turned out really well. You can check out my review of that book. It's going to be part of the Kickstarter for the Land Time Forgot Fearless trade paperback. And so this is going to be a trade paperback collecting the 3-issue miniseries The Land Time Forgot Fearless, along with the 2-part miniseries Sita the Savage. There will be several different covers to choose from, and along with the pocket paperback of the new novel, there will be a pocket paperback of the original Edgar Rice Burroughs novel, but this is going to be the edition that they put out for the movie that came out 50 years ago, back in the 1970s, The Land Time Forgot. But to me, the most exciting thing in this Kickstarter is going to be a brand new printing of the Marvel movie special of The Land Time Forgot. This was a 52-page adaptation of the 1974 movie printed in magazine format, and it's going to be printed the way it was originally in that old magazine format, black and white, But it's also going to be updated with brand new extras from the movie, including photos of movie memorabilia from the Edgar Rice Burroughs archives and behind-the-scene photos of the film production from the personal collection of director Kevin Connor. That, to me, is super exciting. And so the new novel, Land That Time Forgot, Fortress Primeval with that Weird Worlds backup, is available for pre-order right now on EdgarRiceBurroughs.com, and that's going to be all your regular editions, everything from soft cover to hardcover. Of course, it will have Kindle and audiobook eventually. And I will let you know when that Kickstarter goes live so you can get in on all that Land That Time Forgot goodness. All right, guys, like and subscribe for more videos. And until next time, see ya.